So I'll be honest, I was thinking about doing a nice video for this, like unboxing and just, doing a really nice edited version, but I haven't got the bloody time, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive around in this BMW GTE car, and I'm going to give you a little comparison between the MetaQuest Pro and the HP Reverb G2. Now, off the bat, straight away, I'm going to say the MetaQuest Pro is in a league of its own. It's like, it's completely better in so many ways, and I'm going to try and explain them the best as I can, and try and remember everything I can to say to you. I haven't got any scripts or anything. I'm just completely going to wing this from the heart. So first up, the clarity, the overall sweet spot is mind-blowing compared to the HP Reverb G2. It's just so much more clearer. The panels on this are obviously a low resolution. Oh, but in terms of like the lenses that I'm looking through to see the panels, they are far superior. They are so much better. Everything's clearer. My mirrors look better. Everything, I can read the dash a lot more clearer than I used to be able to, and it just makes the whole experience amazing. And I never got that feeling with the Reverb. Now, the Reverb was meant to have a really good sweet spot, and I really struggled to find that. And I was always moving it around, trying different positions, trying how it fitted on my head, loose, tighter, adjusting the eye positioning. My eye position is about 61, 62, and with this it goes on, and it's so easy to set up in terms of using it and just installing it, picking it up and playing. It's a completely different ball game. You don't have to use Windows Mixed Reality for this headset. You use the Oculus settings. I'm running it at 1.5 times resolution, so I'm running it higher than what it recommends, and it's just it runs so well. And with MS2, as we know, is one of the best VR games out there to play in. It's a match made in heaven in my eyes. It's just absolutely fantastic. Now, the side guards you can see here, or the light blockers, do a fantastic job of giving you that immersion of stopping, obviously, the light coming through. I was thinking about getting the face mask, but honestly, I don't think I need it. Yes, I can see a little bit underneath me. Oh dear. Oh. But it's nothing even enough to deter me or put me off at all, or take me away from any of the immersion that I'm experiencing with the headset. And honestly, the light blockers do the job very well. Yes, they should have included the mask, but it's another story. I think it's just down to packaging and having a nice box, in my opinion, and obviously trying to get more money out of you. Build quality, amazing. It feels super premium. It feels solid in every way. It's got a weight to it, which is heavier than the HP Reverb G2, but it doesn't make any difference to you being on your head. It fits really well. The strap over the top that was on the HP Reverb was a pain in the arse for me, to be honest. It wasn't the most comfortable thing. It was pushing down in the middle of my head. This just kind of sits on the front and back, like the front of your forehead and the back of your head, just kind of where it just starts to come back down again. And the fitment is really nice and really comfortable. But yeah, from driving like this, you can see absolutely like super immersive. This is the experience I wanted when I got into VR. And unfortunately, the HP Reverb, I know I'm not hating on it, it's still a great headset, but this, you can see the years in advancements through VR, just how we've come along. And this for me is all I need. It's plenty, it's enough, it does the job. Yes, I'm guessing resolutions and computers will improve over time, and I'll probably look back at this and think, well, this was like playing Crash Bandicoot on a PS1 or something, but it's fantastic. I can read the back of the car there. I can read the sponsor mission.com or 8.com trying to drive as well. But yeah, honestly guys, if you're contemplating whether the Quest 2 is a good option for sim racing or gaming in general, it is, in my opinion. If it can do Automobilista 2 pretty well, I think in other titles as well, you could be experiencing some really good gaming sessions. And it wasn't aimed obviously at the gaming audience. It was obviously a professional headset, but it can definitely do the job perfectly fine. Now, the audio in the headset, again, isn't the best. It's not as good as the HP Reverb G2. They do have really good speakers, as we know, but the audio's fine, especially if you're like me, who's doing a recording. It's nice to be able to hear myself and not be drowned out by the actual sound in the game. And it's almost like, I believe that if you can make a mod to put a cover over these here, and if you cover your ear here, the sound is massively amplified. So I think a mod is definitely in the pipelines, which could definitely fix the audio. But in terms of the actual audio itself, it's fantastic. Now the microphone on this headset as well, it comes with a microphone, is really, really good. I've been trying to fiddle around with OBS to try and get it to use the NTG and this at the same time, but there's a few little clipping noises. I haven't worked it out yet, but the audio I'm going to switch to now should be hopefully working if I've done it in the editor correctly. This is the sound from the MetaQuest Pro, and in my opinion, it's really good. Like, honestly, it's really, really good in terms of how it sounds. I'm using a Rode NTG shotgun mic, normally, which is placed way above my head. And obviously, different quality, but this for streaming, for playing online, for Discord, or anything like that, not a problem. Absolutely brilliant. Now, what was I going to say? I forgot now. See, this is what happens when you do a video without scripting or anything like that. Now, the app that you use to use this with, you don't use Windows Mixed Reality, and it's a godsend. It's an absolute godsend. It's so much easier to pick up and play. It remembers my boundary. It works far better in the light. It's just enjoyable. Like playing VR games or putting the headset on and setting it up. I hear a lot of people saying I can't be bothered to set it up, or I can't be bothered to do sim racing, so I go back to my flat screen or my triple screens and so on. But this takes away a lot of the aggro that you would experience with the HP Reverb, and that used to lose tracking of me so many times, and next thing I'd know, I'd be sitting above the car. And I've used Open Composite as well on both headsets, and again, this is using the Oculus app, which is doing the job perfectly fine. And yeah, it's an absolute win-win from me. It's absolutely fantastic, and I would say that this has got a good 2-3 years lifespan. Now, if you're contemplating on, obviously, if you put a pre-order in for the Pimax Crystal, I obviously haven't. I've seen reviews and things like that, but again, for me, like, broken promises down the line consistently, and even when the product comes out, I still think you're going to be beta testers when you get hold of it. I will probably look to get one maybe 9 months after it's been released, after updates, etc., and more reviews come out, more kind of honest reviews, if we put it that way. But for now, this is fantastic. This is superb. I'm using it via the link cable as well, and the quality, the data is perfectly fine for me. I see no latency issues compared to using a display port. I can see kind of probably why they didn't. The only thing I haven't figured out is that when I record the video, so the game plays on my desktop, on my monitor, and the positioning is slightly one-sided. Now, it makes me think that it's using one eye lens or one lens to be tracking, but when I'm recording from the desktop in the HP Reverb, I'd always be centered, but with this, I'm slightly one-sided, so I have to figure that out. I probably will do eventually, but that's why in the video you can see now I'm slightly to the side, or the wheel's not dead center on the screen that you're watching, but I'll figure that out. But honestly, guys, yeah, fantastic headset. It works really, really well for sim racing. Fits nice, comfortable, feels fantastic. The battery on it as well. I mean, I've had this on for 2-3 hours now, and I'm down to 91%. It is on charge on link cable. It doesn't charge it while it's on, or it just kind of, it does, but it doesn't charge it enough. The power delivery isn't enough to kind of charge it maximum and obviously transfer data via the cable. But it's enough to kind of give you a very long life in the battery. It does have a battery pack in the back, which isn't changeable, I believe. It has eye tracking as well, so the movement of your eyes is fantastic. Now, in the menus as well, you've got hand tracking, and you can use pinch movements to like enter or click on something. So if I go onto Steam and I click on the play button, instead of using my mouse, I can use my hand, just pinch, select it, pinch, and it's so nice to use. It makes it enjoyable. I hope this review has helped you. Again, I was thinking about doing a really good video, but I've just decided to do a drive because I'm really short on time. But yeah, I hope I haven't missed anything as well. If I have, leave a comment down below and I will try to reply and answer those questions as well if I have missed anything. And yeah, happy sim racing, guys. And if you're not in VR yet, you are absolutely 100% missing out massively, because it's another level of immersion experience, unlike my driving that's really up the wall. So thank you guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye bye. Right, let's get this BMW